We're rolling. Timer starts now. Mark. Hi, I'm Ford.
And I'm Sky. And these are not our real names. These are our superhero names, and with our powers combined, we formed the writing partnership L. Skyford. Welcome to Booklandia.
You've joined us today for a Minisode, where we will geek out about literary topics like plot and character tropes, and maybe some book news. But before we get much further, did you know you can watch our faces do this episode by subscribing to us on Twitch at L. Skyford or YouTube at L.Skyford? You should do it. We give good face.
And sometimes there's a dog bomb at Ford's house.
This is true. For our other socials, you can follow us on Twitter at SkyfordL, on Instagram at L.Skyford. And if you're interested in our book, blog, or even more book reviews, head over to our website, lskyford.com.
Lastly, this and every episode are chock full of oversharing and spoilers, and every episode is rated E for explicit. You have been warned.
Hello! Oh my
Hi.
god, we made it.
We made it. Technology did not best me yet. Don't you dare listen to me right now, technology. Keep on keeping on.
I've knocked on wood, which is the opposite of technology, so
Excellent.
we're gonna be okay.
Very
Today
good.
we're gonna talk tropes. It's another mini-sode, y'all.
Welcome to the Minisode. Today we are talking about opposites attract. Opposites attract. Yay!
Oh, other way.
I know. I will figure out how to do this in reverse. Great. Let's talk about opposites attract. What is this trope? Tell me more.
So this is a trope where two people are completely opposite of each other, but yet they mesh and congeal and mix together to form a love stew, one would say.
Love stew. Excellent. Okay. This is very popular. This is, I feel like, very...
Throw a rock and you can find an opposites attract kind of story.
Yes, precisely. Why do you think it's so popular?
I think it gives characters you have a really good arc in the external conflict of the relationship of the people just not meshing together. You have this whole arc of them figuring out why they want to make it work despite them being so different. I don't know. There's a lot of places to go from we just don't jive.
True. Now, why do you think, so do you think it works? Like, is this one that you like?
It is one that I like. I think about Better Than the Movies by Lynn Painter, who is just a lovely human. Shout out.
But that was so subtle. That was so subtle.
Thank you. I'm known for my subtleties. As you can tell, I'm wearing a black t-shirt. I'm a perfect subtle ninja. I mean, it's just so common, and it's an easy trope to just go along for the ride. It's everywhere. It's permeated the social atmosphere.
But you don't like enemies to lovers, and arguably opposites attract is kind of enemies to lovers.
Sure. I think enemies to lovers implies animosity. Opposites attract implies like we're just coming from two different places.
Okay.
You think about I'm trying to think of like some really To All the Boys I've Loved Before. So she's very introverted, she's shy, she has these epic crushes that nobody knows about, and she ends up dating the like most popular guy at school. They're very opposite, and in high schools, that's a very popular trope, is that the like nerdy person dates the popular person and they get together and it works. So I've stopped words.
Excellent.
Error.
Excellent.
Error on words.
Okay. Very good. I like enemies to lovers. I also like opposites attract. I love the concept of like changing someone's perspective about yourself, about the world, about how like their routines, and finding new pathways. So that idea of puzzle pieces that fit together. This is like prime puzzle pieces that fit together situation.
Right. It kind of makes me feel like the root of opposites attract is we're actually all the same on the inside.
I mean, yeah, I can see that. Let's talk a little bit about some examples of opposites attract.
Great. I mean, have to shout out Red, White, and Royal Blue by Casey McQuiston. Oh, like, have we put it in every episode? Is it in every minisode so far?
It's possible that, I mean, I don't think she intentionally did every trope, but it fits a lot of categories.
It fits a lot of categories. Our last episode was One Last Stop. I would say they're kind of opposite-y attractsy in that Jane is a little like stronger character and she's more fierce, whereas August is softer and more nervous about talking to strangers, things like that. So there's a dash of that.
There's a dash of that. I would agree.
What else?
Well, so I'm gonna read the ones that I put on here. So I put the boyfriend material by Alexis Hall on here. Now that is a retelling of Pride and Prejudice, and so it's arguably also Grump Sunshine and also Enemies to Lovers. Yes, because it does not begin on a good note. But they are very opposite. One of them has very chaotic energy, and the other one has really structured, specific energy. And then they find a good like bits where they fit together.
Of actor A. Juve Brown, very similar chaotic energy to structured chaotic energy.
Yes, absolutely. And then the other one I put on here, and see, I feel like, so I put the boyfriend material on here and the Sally Thorne's The Hating Game. But that's also enemies to lovers, not necessarily opposites attract.
So is it possible that we could break these definitions apart a little bit and say that enemies to lovers are two people who dislike each other based on like an event or a belief system or something, whereas opposites attract is their personalities are completely opposite?
Yes. And I mean, and then it gets into the minute, like Grump Sunshine is only one of the many opposites attract personalities. Kind of agree. Yeah. So I think Grace Draven's Radiance, which you put on here, is a great example of they are not enemies to lovers. They are just opposites. And I mean, I love that story so much because it is so gentle and so slow, and then it isn't at all. And it takes you on such a journey. And like, I absolutely believed that she was not at all into him and did not agree with anything he did. And then the opposite happened. And then she did, and I did with her. And I'm like, tell me more about aliens with lamp eyes and their gray skin and their lupine fingertips.
Lupine fingertips. Hashtag lupine fingertips, everyone. So that's a really great way to explain it, is like, here's this alien we don't read a lot of alien romance. In fact, this might be the only one for me at any rate. They coexist alongside humans, grumpily. But then I'm sure there are other alien romances out there where like the alien is trying to conquer the world or whatever. And then that's enemies to lovers. Yes, go. Sky?
Thanks. Roswell, by Melinda Metz, that became the TV show. They are aliens living amongst humans. They are not enemies to lovers. They are just so different that it is hard to believe that they would be attracted to each other, and yet they can't keep their hands off of each other. I highly recommend reading the books. I mean, the show had its own bits, but the 10-book series that is the original Roswell is yay a lot. And then they also, I feel like, redid the TV show. I digress here, but my point is that it's another aliens. And then Lux and Obsidian by Jennifer Armentrout, also aliens.
Oh, right. Oh, I forgot about that. Yep. So it kind of feels like most
so
paranormals
basically
fall
just
into this.
aliens.
Aliens. But sometimes
If you are an alien or feel like an alien and the other person does not, then you are an opposites attract.
Yep.
I mean,
you kind of get all that. You get all that in the other paranormals as well. You know, you get the I'm a werewolf and they're a human. I don't know. It happens a lot in that subgenre.
It does. I want to bring in Simon Snow and Baz, so the entirety of Rainbow Rowell's Simon Snow, because though they are they argue constantly as to whether or not they were ever enemies or if it was just like childish crush being presented as like pulling each other's hair. But they are very opposite. One of them is very fair and the other one is really dark in terms of their hair colors and in terms of their internal turmoil. I'm trying not to spoil bits and it's really hard, but we did say they would be spoilers. Yes. So I thought of all of the Simon Snow, and then Tessa Bailey's newest book, It Happened One Summer, is not about aliens, you guys. It is, he is a big, gruff fisherman who lives in a small town and loves it. And she is an LA socialite who does not love the fact that she is forced to live in this small town for a year. And so they are these very opposite from each other people. There is some animosity. I feel like it's built into the drama of a romance book, right? Like there's got to be a place to go from. So there is a little bit, it's very short, but there is like 3.5 pages of get out of this town, little lady. There are no nail salons you like. And then and then she proves him wrong. And but they are very much opposites attract.
So she found a nail salon in the town that she liked.
He actually does not say anything about nail salons, but he does think that this lady in a sun hat who shows up in a rainstorm to the Pacific Northwest does not get to be in the Pacific Northwest and own any part of it. Like he does not believe that she belongs, and then she does. And I have other things about, but like, yes, they are opposites attract. Yeah, okay. That's what we're talking about.
Cool. So I think I've gotten over my verbal error. I like opposites attract, but even if I didn't, it's impossible to avoid. So I'm going to keep reading it. How about you?
There you go. Oh yeah, definitely. This is, I love a good, like, I jabbed and jabbed and jabbed, and now I have to take all of my jabs back because it's usually hilarious. And it makes me feel better about all of the foot and mouth that happens in my life every day.
True. So true. And I think modeling apology behavior is great. More of that, please.
There we go. And on that note,
so are you, dear audience human, gonna pick up this book now that you've heard our review? Let us know in the comments. Have a suggestion for another review? Slide on into our DMs.
If you like this adventure in books or updates on our upcoming projects, please follow, like, save, subscribe, rate, review us on Instagram at l.skyford, on Twitch at lskyford, and on Twitter at skyfordl. Phew. I'm Sky.
And I'm Ford. And that's it for this minisode. We will see you next time on Booklandia, where every book is a whole world to explore.